Hello, this is Julius from Basic Financials. I'm doing a video today to update on making tax digital. I did do a video about making tax digital a little while before. Still learning it at that point and still am now as well. But there's something that I think I was a bit uncertain about in my first video about when you register for making tax digital if you're a trader. Now, when you register for making tax digital, you won't get a new login and password. You won't get a new government gateway account. That's what I was not too sure about before. If you're an agent in the tax industry, then you do need to register for something different as an agent services account rather than your existing gateway account, and that is a new government gateway account, a new agent services account with the government that gives you a new login and password. But if you're a trader and you're just doing VAT returns and you're getting into the making tax digital system, then when you register, you just keep your existing government gateway credentials. So that's one thing that I needed to update about. Now, there's a few things we've learnt through the experience of when you need to register for making tax digital. Now, it's important not to register for making tax digital until you are ready to submit your first VAT return under making tax digital. So make sure that you've submitted your last VAT return under the old system, and if you pay by direct debit, make sure that direct debit's gone out as well. So for example, if your last VAT return under the old system was the 31st of March 2019, you pay by direct debit, that direct debit is going to come out round about the 12th of May. So that VAT return would have been due to be submitted by the 7th of May, and the direct debit would come out round about the 12th. So you don't want to be registering for making tax digital until after that direct debit's come out, basically. So let's say that's all happened. So you've done your VAT return to the 31st of March. Your direct debit's come out, and you've got your new software that you're going to use, or your existing software that's making tax digital compliant, or you know what you're going to be using as bridging software if you're not using a compliant software and you're going to be submitting from spreadsheets, basically. So you got to the 12th of May, you can now register for making tax digital, and you do that. You can either do it from a link within your gateway account that you've already got, or you could just do it by going online and Googling it and saying register for making tax digital. You'll get through to the HMRC website. If you do it from within your login, there's a link there, but it'll take you through to the same place effectively. And it'll ask you for various details about your VAT registration. So once you've registered for making tax digital, you should then get an email within a couple of days from HMRC to confirm that you're ready for making tax digital from their point of view. So they say, yep, you're registered, you can now go ahead. Now, very, very importantly, once you've registered and had that email, although you can actually physically still submit under your old method, it won't go anywhere. It'll just get lost. Because you've now registered for making tax digital, it's a totally new way of submitting. And the old system, although it might appear that you've submitted, it will just get lost in the system, and the HMRC won't know that you've submitted your VAT return, and that can lead to all sorts of problems because you won't then end up paying the right amount. You'll have a late VAT return, etc., etc., and penalties and interest and surcharges. So, although I'm not, again, there's something I haven't seen. I'm sure there'll be lots of problems with that, but we shall see. So don't submit your VAT return under the old system. Now, I think I mentioned before, if you're using compatible bookkeeping software, you're likely to have to authorise that software once you've registered. Only do it once you've registered with HMRC. But once you have registered and you've got your email back, then you can authorise your software. There's normally somewhere within that software which will actually link. It'll be within your VAT settings part of the software. So you authorise the software to say that you're ready. It'll communicate with HMRC, and you'll get some acknowledgement. It'll give you a green tick or whatever to say, yep, you're ready. Then you're ready to go, basically. You don't need to set up a new direct debit. That'll all cross over. Now, the other thing to mention about when to register for Making Tax Digital, we've already talked about when to do it, not before, so wait till your direct debit's gone out. The other thing is you shouldn't do it within 7 days of when your VAT return is due. So, for example, and let's say you're doing VAT returns 31st of March, you did it under the old system. Say you're doing it quarterly. Your first VAT return under the Making Tax Digital system will be 30th of June. That's due to be submitted by the 7th of August. So, in other words, you need to do it before the 31st of July. So register before 31st of July. Ideally, do it well before. So try and do it at least 7 days before that. So really, you want to be looking at halfway through the end of July, halfway through July, and maybe register for Making Tax Digital at least by then. So that gives it plenty of time to all cross over. It's the direct debits thing that causes a bit of a time issue because of data protection and what HMRC have to do to transfer direct debit instructions. So I think that's probably enough to update. Good luck with it all. I don't think it's as complicated as it might all be sounding. It's just because it's new. I have seen somebody submit via bridging software. Their particular one they did was called Vital, I think it was, which I think is free for the first year. And what that is a software program that once you've downloaded it, you can actually, within the Excel spreadsheet that you've got for your bookkeeping, or you might have exported some information from a bookkeeping package to an Excel spreadsheet for submitting your VAT. And then within the Excel spreadsheet, in the tools part, you can actually see this Vital Making Tax Digital submission software, and you can open it up from within your Excel spreadsheet and link to the boxes that are applicable. It was very quick. It was almost instant once they click the submit button. So it's not as bad, I don't think. I'm still learning it as well. Haven't experienced it directly yet, but as I say, I've seen some clients do it. So anyway, good luck with that. Like and subscribe as usual, please. And if you've got any comments or questions, just put them in the box below, and I'll speak to you again soon.